today is a day where I am going to be taking you behind the scenes of me actually planning for YouTube for 2024. It is kind of like mid-December, and I normally do this. I try to do it at the beginning of December, but I've been doing a lot of different things, so I haven't really got a chance to get around to it. And a lot of my stuff is on like papers and stuff. So I've had my planner for a while now, and I wanted to make sure that I waited so that I could do a behind the scenes plan with me, just to give you guys an idea, if you've already purchased yours, like how to actually plan for the new year. This is like the perfect time to do that. And this is my first time actually having a designated place to put all my YouTube content, because before, like, I was doing it in random notebooks, I was doing it in ClickUp. I'm not sure if you're familiar with ClickUp, but I do a lot of my YouTube content planning in ClickUp online. I also use Google Drive, and I'm going to show you all of this stuff so that you can kind of see how I'm bringing everything together. Now, I knew that I was going to have my YouTube planner for the new year, so I've kind of been slowly transitioning things just to make it a little bit easier for converting everything over into the planner. But let's get into it. So I have a bunch of stuff right here. I have my YouTube content planner. This is the pink champagne version, and shameless plug, if you are interested in getting your own copy, I will drop the link in the description box as well as in the comments if you want to order it. There's a flip through available in there, like a flip through video, so if you want to see what's inside. So the first thing that I'm going to be planning out is basically just doing like my YouTube overview. I'm also, I don't want to say I'm changing the direction of my channel this year. I am being more specific on the type of content that I'm creating for 2024. So I have my content buckets, and I'm going to show you guys that in just a second. But I have my content buckets that I'm going to be utilizing. But I also want to get a little bit more niche down into helping people with getting their first 1,000 YouTube subscribers on YouTube, and a lot more of teaching you how to actually plan and strategize, as well as creating like workflows and stuff for your YouTube content. So I want to make sure that the content buckets that I have make sense for the direction that I'm going in. I also want to make sure that I do my yearly planning, so like setting my annual goals for next year. I have an idea of what I want to hit next year, but I want to kind of break it down in at least for first quarter. And then another thing that I want to do is go ahead and start transitioning my content ideas into my content bank in here. So I have my highlighters because I want to highlight some different things, because there is a tracker in here. I already hit 1,000 subscribers, y'all. Now I'm getting my watch hours up. So as of recording this, I'm almost at 3,000 watch hours. And you know you have to be at 4,000. And in here, I have like a specific area where I can actually track my watch hours. So I'm gonna do some highlighting in here, but let me go ahead and show you where my content ideas are currently on my computer. This is my ClickUp account. This is actually my December plan. I have a content calendar in here. And this is basically how I schedule out my YouTube content. Now, I'm still undecided on, I'm gonna probably still schedule out my content in my planner, but we're gonna see what I'm gonna do in reference to scheduling out my content, because I do like that I can kind of move this stuff around in ClickUp. And I also schedule out my podcast stuff in here. The reason why I like this though is because when I am initially planning out my schedule or my calendar for YouTube, I like to know exactly what videos I'm going to be planning for each week. And on here, it really just tells me what's recorded, what's video scripted. There's really not any structure in reference to these are the 3 videos that need to be going out this week. These are the 3 videos that need to be going out next week. And that's what I want this to kind of help me with. But I may still be using this for my actual workflow when it comes to what's recorded, what's video scripted, like all that kind of stuff. So as you can see, I have like, these are all supposed to go out in December. It's probably not gonna happen. But the reason why I have so many is because I like to have a variety of options that I can choose from, because when you start creating YouTube content, you'll discover that there are certain videos that you think you want to record, and then when it's time to record, you're like, I ain't really feeling recording that right now. And so it gives me the opportunity to kind of switch it up if I need to, and still be on track of what type of information I want to give out But I also have my content planned out for January. So these are some of the videos that I have already kind of put that I want to record for January. So I'm going to convert all that stuff over to the planner. And then I also have YouTube video ideas right here. And this is like the overflow of stuff that I planned originally. You see that these are already pre-scripted out that I never really got a chance to record. And then this one, these two are already brainstormed. And then I have like a ton of videos that this is just the overflow, okay, of just videos that I've been wanting to record, and I just haven't been able to plug them into where it makes sense. And then I also have in my Google Drive, this is like my content bank, specifically for like YouTube, podcasting. I was doing TikToks and Reels. I kind of slowed down on that. But I have like my core content category, so I'm going to show you that really quick. So these are the content categories that I had for 2023. So I had planning and systems, business productivity, content, creating content and content marketing, YouTube and podcasting, creating and launching products, and creating a brand and starting a business. So I was able to hit on most of these, but there were some that I wasn't able to actually get to. This is what I want to kind of update in my YouTube content bank. I want to kind of simplify or review what I want my new content categories to be for 2024. So when y'all ask me and y'all shoot me an inbox like on Facebook, for example, and you're like, how do you come up with all these ideas? It's because literally I write them down as I come across video ideas. So I might come up with video ideas based on a conversation that I've had with someone. If someone asks me a specific question and they're like asking for more details, and I'm like, oh, I need to create a video off of that. And so it just accumulates over time, and it makes it easier. Like, I'm gonna click on this one. This YouTube content bank is specifically, obviously, for YouTube, and I have them categorized by the what and the why, or like problems and struggles that people tend to struggle with on YouTube. The solutions, and the solutions is long. Like, look at all of these. It just keeps going, like how to content, and it just continues to go. I have tutorials, etc. So, and all of them are kind of like that. I also have one for like productivity, self-development, my road to 1K. So if anyone's been following my journey over here, you know that I just recently hit 1,000 subscribers, and I've been documenting my journey in reference to going up to 100K, because this channel gonna hit 100K, girl. It's gonna hit 100K. So I have different video ideas that I already have planned when I hit certain milestones. So the very first thing I'm gonna go ahead and do now is I'm going to go ahead and do my overview. I'm going to go over who my target audience is. One thing that I have realized with me targeting YouTube specifically, I do have a specific target of people that I want to help with YouTube. So I'm not necessarily looking to help people who are just content creators or influencers and they don't necessarily have a business or anything like that. I want to help content creators specifically who are entrepreneurs online. So that's coaches, consultants, maybe service providers, depending on what industry that they're in. And my overall goal is to help you grow your brand and business online. So I'm going to do this target audience part where I'm making sure that I'm being very specific. And if you plan on doing your planning with this video as well, what I would recommend, if you don't have the planner, get you a notebook, because you're going to need a notebook for this. Okay, you're gonna need a notebook, or you're gonna have to use a Google Doc or something like that. And for your target audience, you want to write down who is your target audience for your YouTube channel. Also, when you're doing your target audience, what type of content do they like to watch? What other creators are they watching on YouTube that are in your industry and they are dominating the industry? You want to know that information, so that way it's easier for you to find popular topics that they're already interested in. You can kind of see why they're interested in those type of people, what type of content they create, what is their personality type, just all those different type of things, so that you can create a YouTube channel specifically for you, but also making sure that you're serving those people as well. Let me go ahead and fill out my target audience, and then I'll circle back to you guys. Okay, so now I have finished writing out details about my target audience. And so now the next thing I'm going to do is plan out my annual goals. So for 2024, and then I'm going to say my start date is, what's the date? Today is the 11th of December. And so my top goal for YouTube this year is to hit 100,000 subscribers. So I'm gonna put that in the very first box. And drop your goal for next year, your top goal for next year with your YouTube channel in the comment section below. And then the next thing is, what is going to be my reward when I hit this goal? And I really need to think hard on this because I tend to not reward myself. And that's why I made sure to include this in the planner. What I would like to do is I want to treat myself to going on a cruise. Now, hopefully I will have already gone on a cruise before I hit my 100,000 subscribers. But if for some reason we have not already gone on a cruise, I want my reward to be that we took a cruise. I think that would be a really good reward, honestly. Do I want it to be a family cruise or a couples cruise? If me and the family get to go on a cruise before I hit my goal, then I will turn it into a couples cruise. But if when I hit 100,000 YouTube subscribers, if we have not yet gone on a cruise, then I want it to be a family cruise because I want all of us to go the first time, and then the second time I want it to be a couples cruise. So now the next thing is, what are the 3 major milestones I want to hit? For YouTube specifically. So I'm still going to put 100K up here. So for my second top major milestone, I want to hit 100,000. The 100,000 is gonna keep circling. That's like that number. That's the number for next year. But I want to hit 6 figures in business revenue, specifically coming from my YouTube channel. So that's what I'm gonna put. So that's gonna include things like ad revenue, affiliate marketing, my digital products that are sales coming specifically from YouTube, any brand deals, speaking engagements, anything that comes to my business as a result of me having my channel. I want it to be at least 6 figures in revenue. And then for my third milestone that I want to hit for YouTube specifically by next year, and this might be a long shot, I'm not really sure, but I would like to average around 10,000 to 20,000 views per video. I don't want to say I don't know if that's realistic because like these are my goals and my goals are my goals, you know. I'm trying to keep them specific to YouTube. Either that, I want to do brand deals for YouTube, but I wouldn't say that that's a major milestone that I want to hit. I think that hitting 10 to 20,000 views per video by the end of next year will be like, that'll be dope. So I think that's what I'm gonna put because that's the one that is like consistently circling. I feel good about those 3 goals, y'all. All right, so now that I've done that, I'm gonna go ahead and start planning out my Q1 goals. And now that I'm about to do my quarter goals, I'm going to use my highlighters to highlight Q1. Obviously, I'm starting in Q1, but if you were to get this planner in Q2 or whatever quarter you got it in, you could just start it from whatever quarter that you're in. So that's why I love that I did it like that. My main goal for Q1, let me look at my channel right now. So right now I'm at 1,180 something subscribers. I can't remember like the actual count. But what I would like to do is for Q1, I would like to have hit 5,000 subscribers by Q1. And I think that if I continue posting content at the pace that I'm posting it at, I should hit 5,000 by the end of first quarter. So that's my goal. I don't plan past Q1 because what I've noticed is that when I get too far ahead, I start to get discouraged if I haven't hit certain milestones. And so I like to plan per quarter instead of planning out the full year. So I have an overview of my year and then I plan for the quarter that's ahead of me. And then at the end of that quarter, I plan for the next quarter. So that way my goals can stay realistic and I won't be at Q3 like, dang, I'm supposed to be way up here and I'm still, you know, at the beginning or not where I want to be. So have a main goal in mind, and then I have a section for 5 additional goals that you would like to hit for Q1. So I'm going to go ahead and plan that out real quick. Okay, we're coming together. So I feel really good about that. And now I'm going to plan for January. So for January specifically, if I hit 2,000 YouTube subscribers for December, then I'm going to say my goal is to hit 3,000 subs in January. Now I'm hoping that my channel does like Jay Beeson, okay? And it just like takes off. So 3,000 is kind of shooting a little like low, but I'm trying to be optimistic, and I'm like, I want to be realistic, and I want to give myself the time to grow if it decides to slowly grow versus like taking off. But the thing about YouTube is I can easily create a YouTube video and it hits 100,000 views in December and just really blow up my subscriber count. So either way, but my minimum goal is to hit 3,000 YouTube subs. I want to be monetized. Yeah, I want to be monetized on YouTube by January. Really want to be monetized by December, but definitely making money from monetization by January. So let me go ahead and write down my reward. Oh, I know what I want my reward to be. So for January, I want to get me an official vlog camera. Yes, that's what I want. So now I'm on the YouTube progress tracker page, and this one is the monetization page specifically. So now this is just what I'm gonna do because I've already hit the goal, and I'm like, yes, girl, you did that. So I'm just going to actually just mark this because I already hit 1,000 subscribers, but I'm still waiting to hit 4K. Gotta find the right color I want to use. Okay, so my watch hours are at 2,278 as of right now. So, all right, so I want to show you. So I highlighted down here where my watch hours are currently, and you can see that I just kind of filled these in because I've already hit that goal. And then now I'm just working towards that, and I will continue to fill that out as I am moving past that part. And then on the next page, I am currently, this is the road to 100,000 subscribers. I'm currently at 1K, so I'm just gonna fill in that first bubble, and I think I'm gonna make this one yellow. Yeah, so I did this one yellow. Only because I wanna see different colors on here. So I've done that. On this page, I'm gonna actually just check that box because I have hit 1,000 subscribers. And this is just like a milestone tracker. So, all right, so now I'm going to skip through the YouTube tips part. Now I'm gonna go to the YouTube content buckets. So this is now where I am going to see what I want my YouTube buckets to be. And I'm gonna do this with you guys so you can have an idea of how to come up with your own content buckets. So for me, I know that I'm going to be heavily talking about YouTube in 2024. Like that is going to be the main topic that I am going to be covering. Now this channel is still not going to only be about YouTube, but it's going to be like the top bucket. So I'm going to put that first. So right now I have planning and systems, business productivity, creating content, content marketing, YouTube and podcasting. Before that was kind of combined, but I'm actually going to separate those now. So I'm also going to put podcasting as a content bucket. And then definitely going to be talking about creating and selling planners and journals. So I'm going to make that as a content bucket. And if you are struggling with creating content buckets, basically what that is you picking a topic that is within your industry that you can create at least 10 to 20 plus videos on your channel. So I can't really tell you what yours would be specifically, but like when you think about YouTube, I can create at least 10 to 20 videos on YouTube alone. So that's why that would be considered a content bucket. Now, if I was to create a content bucket talking about starting a YouTube channel in general, don't get me wrong, I could probably create a good 10 to 20 videos on that as well. But starting a YouTube channel would more so be like a subtopic versus having that as an actual content bucket, because there's only so much you can talk about when it comes to starting a YouTube channel. And you want to make sure that you can cover what to do after you have the YouTube channel as well. So I'm going to go ahead and finish creating mine. I know for me, I definitely want to make sure I talk about business productivity. That's going to be really big on this channel as well as content planning and systems. And then I have one more that I can cover on here. So I'm trying to decide if I want to talk about creating and launching products, so like creating and launching digital products and things like that, or if I want to focus on creating a brand and starting a business. I definitely don't want to talk about starting a business. I actually have a podcast called the First Year Business Podcast that is probably going to come to an end on that topic, but I do strongly want to still talk about creating a brand and creating and launching products. I just don't know if I want to have an actual bucket for creating a brand. I think that I'm going to run with creating and launching products because that will make sense for me talking about creating and selling planners. And eventually I'm going to be teaching you guys how to create and sell your own digital products and things like that. So I think that that's going to be the winner. So this is the content bucket. I just wrote these down. I will circle back to this later. I just want to show you that I just put those in there, and now I'm going to move on to doing the actual content bank. And so what you do on the content bank part is you remember what your content buckets were on this page, and you write your content buckets down on this page. And let me see how many pages it is. Okay, so you have 10 content bucket areas total on here. And notice that on the first content bucket page, I only gave you 6 main ones that you could really like write down. So on my content buckets, I'm gonna get a little bit more specific. Now you don't have to do this, but because I have so many video ideas on YouTube by itself, I need sub content buckets for that one because it only has enough room for 15 ideas on here. So I'm gonna be more specific. So for my first content bucket, I'm going to make that one starting a YouTube channel. I'm gonna move you guys so you can see me when I write. Okay, that's better. So my first bucket is going to be starting a YouTube channel. The second one is going to be growing to 1,000 subscribers. The next bucket that I'm going to create is going to be making money from YouTube. So my next one, I want to do podcasting. So I think for this one, I'm going to put starting and growing your podcast. So I'm combining those. I'm combining the podcast one because I'm not going to be talking a lot about podcasting on here, but I want to make sure that I have it available. So now I'm going to create one for creating and selling planners, and I'm just going to continue to do this until I get to the end of putting all my content buckets in here. In a second, I'm going to go through and fill these out. All I'm basically going to do for this portion is go over my video ideas that I have in here already. So like I'm going to exit out of this. And I'm going to, like, for example, if I'm starting with YouTube content, I'm going to come over here, and obviously all my content ideas are not going to fit in here. All of my content ideas are not going to fit in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take the time and figure out, okay, which videos would I like to make sure I do within the first half of the year. And then I'm going to put those in here. But I'm also going to leave the overflow over here as well because I need to be able to easily access the ones that I didn't put on here. So whenever it goes to the second half of the month or the second half of the year, I still have them digitally on here. So I'm not going to do that right now, but what I am going to advise you do if you are on this section, a good rule of thumb, if you are brand new to creating content and you're using this planner for the first time, or maybe you're just creating content and planning it out for the first time, the easiest way to do is like I set it up. I broke it up into 5 different points or 5 different parts in this content bank. And so I recommend you do the same thing. And if you are just starting, a good thing that you can do is for the first 5, make those first 5 problems and struggles that your ideal viewer or audience is dealing with on that specific content bucket. And then let the next 5 be the how-to, the solution. So this is when you start telling them how to solve that problem. And then the last 5 can either be tutorials, additional resources that you recommend, and I could just provide different resources for the last 5. So you do that for your specific channel based on the niche and industry that you're in. And you're just going to repeat that process for every single content bucket that you've created for your YouTube channel. So I'll circle back to doing that because I'm trying to save time. Now we're going to move over to the YouTube scripts. I'm going to skip over the YouTube scripts because, like I said, this video was long. But what I am going to say is when you get to the YouTube scripts part, this is more so when you are planning to record your content. So if you're just planning out for your year, you don't necessarily have to do the YouTube scripts right away. You want to use the YouTube scripts section for when you are actually planning to record your videos, as well as the content planning section. So like the content calendar, I'm not going to start my content calendar in my YouTube planner until I'm preparing for January. So before I start planning out what I want each 3 videos to be for each week for January, I need to go through and make sure that I'm going to be able to record the videos that I have planned out for December, because some of those are going to roll over to January, and I haven't yet had an opportunity to do that yet. So I'm gonna hold off on this, but I'm gonna end this video here because girl, if you stuck with me this long, then I know this had to be some type of valuable for you, because if you made it this far in the video, I want you to comment below MVP in the comments so that I can know who stuck with me to the end of this video. But I hope that this video was helpful. I do a lot of planning behind the scenes, and I'm trying to create more content where I can actually show you guys what I'm doing. So let me know if you like this type of content and I'll create more for you. But until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.